Hey, so it's day 11 out of knee resurfacing, replacement, whatever makes you feel better. I'm definitely behind on my swelling today. Why? Because I've been up and working, and this is the game, right? For now, as I begin to challenge these tissues a little bit more, I'm gonna have to manage the swelling. So it's dose and adaptation. So I'm never ever gonna get ahead of this until I've really healed. But what I'm thinking is, hey, I can start to tolerate a little bit of load. I'm not being crazy. Then I gotta get off my feet and manage the swelling. I'm gonna tolerate a little bit of load, get off my feet. But one of the things I wanna talk about is that oftentimes when we have orthopedic surgeries, we immediately forget about the rest of our tissues or the fact that we can mobilize to make ourselves feel better. So I have a whole bunch of tightness in my posterior chain. My calf is stiff, and it's very easy for me to just say, oh, that's just the swelling, and not ever do anything or take an approach on it. So my slack block is one of my favorite things to work on. And what I'm doing here is not stretching. I'm gonna try to push into the end range here. These are just simple, they're not even end range isometrics. I'm not even end range right now. I have cankle on this right foot, right? The idea here is, hey, I can take my tissues to end range. I can make sure that I own them. I can breathe, telling my nervous system what's up. Respect my range, respect my nervous system protecting me, but also I'm stiff, right? I'm not using my body is trying to compensate, it's trying to hold on and stabilize. So don't forget about the classics. So you can definitely do a contract relax here, you can do long isometric holds, you could do a Pavel isometric shutdown where I just stay on the isometric until the thing gives up. Dose and response. Also, it's easy to kind of forget the fact that we can all benefit from sometimes some mobilization. Now, it's not gonna feel great for me to get on my stomach and roll with my leg in this position, but it may feel great for me to take my kettlebell, barbell, whatever, and do some soft tissue work. Look, I'm gonna protect my knee. Then I'm just gonna go slow down my quadriceps. These tissues are stiff right now. They're not loving this. My leg is super congested. You can see that yesterday I had a lot more tissue play. Today, I'm like a swollen tick. And I just had my leg down for another hour doing a talk. So the idea here is that this gives me a chance to get this long, slow pressure, let the implement do the work. I can modulate pressure with my hand or my other side, but letting the nervous system sort of give up. Right, it's gonna hold, and then eventually relax. And what we'll see is that a lot of times input into the system of any kind will make the whole system feel better. But going upstream, look, I'm not even near my incision. I'm not anywhere near the surgical or the repair. So it can make myself feel a lot better and gives me a chance to do a little soft tissue work, a little input work on the components of the system. So when someone has injury in a brace, don't forget about the basics. And sometimes getting on your stomach isn't gonna be great. So using something that you have lying around, a heavy object, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a barbell, can go a long way to making you feel good. So I found a painful spot. I mean, this is a child's bar. I mean, you can see that there's a little difference on this other side. This can handle more load. So contract, hold, relax. Big breath in, right? Hold for 4 seconds, contract, there's my contraction. That's what I got right now. Slowly exhale and relax, let that sink in. And repeat that until you run out of time or run out of tissues. And the bottom line is, don't forget that there's a whole lot of mobilizing that can be done in a system that's still in its repairing. We're gonna go take a step forward, we're gonna take a half step back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. We're just gonna keep playing this dance of me challenging the tissues, recovering, which actually isn't that different than you training, right? The idea is to have enough of a training response that you can have an adaptation of that response, you manage the adaptation so that you can get better. So right now, it's just very low level inputs to require for me to have an adaptation response. But if I don't manage it, I don't get to take the next step. Hopefully that gives you some ideas.